Hi, hello everyone. I'm so happy for those who have tuned in, for those who have tuned in from YouTube, Facebook, and also those who are on Zoom. I'm so happy that you decided to take 15 minutes of your time to join me. So today I want to talk about the flow of the heart. How does the heart flow? Members, if I may ask, from what point does the river flow? Does it flow from the higher altitude or from the low altitude? Yes, it flows from the higher altitude to the low altitude. So even our hearts, so if we check which part has more water, is it the upper stage or the middle stage, the lowest? Where do we find the tributaries of the river? Do we find it at the top, or we find we find it at the low points? Yes, we find them at the low points. So even our hearts, for us, in order to receive grace, in order to change, in order to excel in our life, we need to have a position where we need in the position where grace is needed. So if I'm so when, for example, you want to get a job, do you go, yo people, give me a job, I want a job to do? Do we do like this? No. We humbly request. Why? Because we need grace from people. When we need grace from people, that's how we can lower ourselves. Many people, people who think they are good, people who think they are great, people who think they are perfect, cannot listen from others. They only listen a few things that fit their mind. But things that don't fit their mind, they don't listen. Why? Because it is not what they want to listen. They think they are great. I cannot. I cannot. I'm this kind of a person. Yeah, you see, I cannot do this and this. No. So, I want to tell you a story about a man who was called Julio. They migrated from Southern America and went to New York. From New York, he used to do drugs for a long time, for 20 years. And for sure, a person who has done drugs for 20 years is a real addict. So this man, he did the drugs. You know, in their country, the government tried a lot to fight the drugs, but they failed. So students could easily access the drugs anytime they wanted. So even Julio was among the people who were really addicted. He lost the job, he lost the home, he lost everything. He used to sit on the bench in the park and he slept there. You know, when he was high, he could not feel any problem. He was very comfortable in his life. But time came one day, he was high. He was so comfortable. Then he slept on the bench in the park. So one day, he woke up when he is very hungry. So, do you know what he did? Yes. He went into the rubbish, picked some bread, and started eating. While he was eating, it was delicious. But at a certain point, he realized a strange taste from the bread. Oh, wow. Realizing the bread was rotten. But at first, he could not realize that this bread was rotten just because he was very hungry. So, even in our life, we cannot realize that we are a problem. We cannot realize that we need grace when we think we are great people. When we think we are special people, we cannot realize grace. But when we lower ourselves, we can see the position. This is so important. If I listened. If I did. You know, we fall into regrets. They told us, but we did not listen. Why? Because that time we thought we are so great. We don't need advice from others. Yay, I'm so special. I don't need grace. This is what we think. So, the flow of heart. Actually, mainly I want to talk about change. You know, change does not come from effort, doing this and this, working very hard. From today, It is not through determination and labor. Today I am determined not to steal, so I'll never steal again from today. That's not how the heart works. Change does not come this way. How does change come? The heart has to change. You must change your heart before you change your action. So, before you change yourself, the heart must first change. So, with this man, he could not accept when this Julio, he ate bread. It was so delicious, so sweet, but realizing it was rotten, from that point, which has never happened in his life, he started thinking, you see, what am I doing? You see, other people of my age are having children. You see, they are walking in the park. They are having homes. They are having houses. But for me, I'm here. What is going to happen in my life? So in his heart, the change started happening. Why? He realized that he was only going to die if he did not change. So this is not because, now I'm going to quit drugs from today. No, the heart has changed. The heart wants a different direction. So nevertheless, he continuously did drugs. One day he was arrested again and taken to the rehab. So rehabilitation center is where they take people who are addicted, so they train them how to overcome addiction. So he was there. But the most surprising thing, it was not the first time for him to be there. It was like the third time he was there. So this third time, it was so special. Why? He concentrated a lot because he thought, if I'm continuously a drug addict, I'm going to die. If I'm continuously doing drugs, I'm going to die. Though his actions have not yet changed, but his heart has already changed. His heart is ready to receive. The first time he was there, he was like the other members who were doing their own things. They were dozing off. Even that the first time he says, I was used to sleep. I didn't care about what the rehab counselor used to say. For me, I was waiting just for the time to get out. But this time, though the counselor spoke the same words, but this time the words were so clear, so special in his eyes, in his ears. He could understand little by one. He said, if I continue listen like this, I'm going to change. But the first time, could he? No. He could not listen. Why? Because his heart did not change. It was by force. He was taken there. But this time, he was ready. Why? Now, where is the position of the heart? His position is low. From that point on, he was able to listen. From that point on, he changed. He became free from drugs. Members, when we want change to happen in our life, we need to set a certain position in our hearts. We need to set a certain position in our life. It is not a matter of I know. It is not a matter of I'm the best. It is not the matter of what or what. It is not the matter of you, but it is a matter of how much you receive from others. Change is how much you receive from others. Are you ready to change? Do not judge people. When you judge people, it is because you are right. I'm perfect. I'm good. I don't need to listen to him. Kasiti Simon, he's young. Why should I listen to him? Members, we need to set a certain position in our life. There are many people who try to overcome addiction like playing games, others who try quitting drinking. They try with all their strength and determination, but for the most part, they end up giving up in the middle. This is due to the fact that they do not know precisely about the world of the heart. Change in life does not come from determination and labor. It is the heart that must first be changed, because the river flows like a river. There is a way the heart flows. Let your heart flow from one position to another. In order for you to receive grace, lower yourself. I know, cut that place. I know this, cut that position. Let your heart be in the low position. Then you will learn. Thank you very much. So for those who have questions, you can send message on my WhatsApp. That is 07564 33512. I will repeat 07564 33512. It will also appear on the screen, as you can see. So call me for any question. So next time we are going to talk about isolation. So be ready. Thank you so much.